everyone, welcome back to my class. Myself Rumana Ali, and I hope you all are fine. So in today's class we'll start one new lesson, and the name of the lesson is sense organs. The organs which helps us to sense the environment or which helps us to see, to smell, to taste and to feel. These organs are termed as sense organs. So in the human body there are 5 sense organs are present, and they are eyes, nose, tongue, skin and ears. So sense organs are very important because the importance of sense organs lies in the survival of the living organisms. Every living organism needs sense organs in order to acquire the primary or the basic needs. The primary needs are nothing but the food, shelter and the water. So to get these primary needs, every living organism needs sense organs. Besides these primary needs, one more importance of sense organ is it helps us to protect from the other organisms. The sense organs helps to identify the organism and it gives the protection to ourselves. So this is the function of sense organs, and this primary needs includes food, shelter and also the protection. So to get the food, the living organisms may have different organs present in their body, but to recognize the food and to acquire the food we need sense organs. So this is the importance of sense organs, and the sense organs plays a very important role in protecting us from the other organisms too. For example, if we are trying to catch the housefly, it will escape. So we cannot catch it easily because this housefly has got some special senses to sense the stimulus and to show the response, to sense the change and to show the response. So here the response which is shown by the housefly is escaping from our attack. So no doubt we may also have brain and the abilities to catch it, but it is not so easy to catch the housefly because the housefly has got more senses when compared to us. So in this way the sense organs helps to protect ourselves. So not only the microorganisms and animals has got sense organs, but even the plants also shows some sensation. They also show some response towards the different environmental or towards the different changes. For example, Mimosa pudica. Mimosa pudica is also called as touch me not plant. So when we touch the leaves of this plant, it immediately closes the leaves. So this is how the plant shows the response, and this is how the plant uses the senses to recognize the changes that happens in the environment or that happens to the plant body. And in this chapter or in this lesson sense organs, we are going to study about the different sense organs that are present in the human body. So the function or the main role of this sense organs is to acquire the primary needs as well as the secondary needs. As I told you before, that the primary needs include acquiring food, water, shelter or the protection. Now what about the secondary needs? What are the secondary needs? So the secondary needs include when we wanted to watch the video or watch the film, then that is called as secondary needs. We can enjoy or we can have an entertainment only through our sense organs. So this comes under the secondary needs. And one more example we can take here is, if we have gone to the garden, then there are some varieties of flowers are present. For example, jasmine or rose. So when we smell the scent of that flowers, that is also possible due to the presence of sense organs. So sense organs help us to achieve or to acquire both primary needs as well as the secondary needs. In the secondary needs, one more example we can take, that is if we wanted to listen the lecture or the lesson, then also the sense organs plays a very important role. Without sense organ, we cannot see the things, we cannot appreciate the nature. So the sense organs tells us about everything that is present in our environment or in our nature, and it also helps us to appreciate the nature. So in this way we can understand the importance of sense organs. So how the sense organs helps us to appreciate the nature? For example, in summer season, if we want to enjoy the breeze, then we can appreciate the nature through our sense organs only, and in the winter, we will appreciate the warmth of the sunlight. So in this way, the sense organs also helps us to appreciate the nature, and it helps or it tells us about the things that are present in our surroundings. So let us talk about the need of sense organs. Why do we need the sense organs? So I already told you that the sense organs helps us to identify and to protect from the danger. So for all these things, the coordination must be there in between the two systems, and that are sensory system and nervous system. So the coordination between these two systems helps us to show the sensation. When we talk about the nervous system, it consists of brain and spinal cord. Brain and spinal cord together form the nervous system, and the sensory system shows the presence of 5 sense organs, and that sense organs helps us to sense the changes that happens in the environment or that happens in our body. So that changes can be sensed by these 5 sense organs. So whatever the changes that occurs in the environment or in the body of a living organism, that change is called as stimulus. And for that change, when we give a response, then it is called as sensation. We'll learn about the sensation later. So here the change that has happened in the environment is sensed by these sense organs, and that message is carried through the nerves to the brain. When the message enters into the brain, or when it reaches the brain analyzes that information and it gives the order to the muscles of different organs in order to show the response. When we achieve or when we receive the order from the brain, then only we can be able to give a response. For example, if a mosquito falls on your hand or it comes and sits on your hand, then your eyes will see it and the senses will reaches to the brain from the eyes, and that information is analyzed by the brain, and then the brain orders our another hand to pat the mosquito. So in this way the sense organs helps to sense the changes, and the nerves carry that information to the brain. Then from the brain we'll get how to respond to that particular change. So this is about the coordination between the nervous system and sensory system, and the change is called as stimulus. The change which evokes a response, that type of change is called as stimulus. So let us see what is the meaning of response to stimulus. Whenever you touch the hot object, you immediately remove your hand. So here the hot object acts as a stimulus and removing hand is a response. And one more example is when we walk on the road, if we hear a sound, then our ear is a sense organ which takes the message to the brain. Then from the brain the nerves carry the message to the other organs to move at the side of a road. So here the horn is a stimulus that is sensed by our ears, which is a sense organ, and that signals reaches to the brain, and the brain is a controller who ordered us to give a response. So the brain sends the message to the muscles of our different organs, and when we heard the sound or horn, we immediately move at the side of a road. So when we move at the side of a road, that is a response which is shown by our body. In this way we can understand what is the meaning of stimulus and response. One more thing about the sense organ is, even though the stimulus is same, but the responses may be different, which is given by the sense organs or which is given by our different body parts. For example, in the hot summer, when we go out, then we feel irritated or we feel too hot because of the sunlight. But if we go out in the same amount of the light in the winter season, then we feel pleased. So in this way the amount of the light is a stimulus. In both the cases sunlight acts as a stimulus, but the response is different. In one of the case we are feeling too hot and we feel irritated, and in the other case in the winter season we enjoy the warmth of the sunlight. So in this way for a particular stimulus we can show the different responses. तो अभी इस लेसन में हम बात करेंगे सेंस ऑर्गन्स की, यानी ऐसे ऑर्गन्स जो कोई भी चीज़ को सेंस करने में हेल्प करते हैं, उस ऑर्गन्स को हम बोलेंगे सेंस ऑर्गन्स. और हमारी बॉडी में 5 सेंस ऑर्गन्स प्रेजेंट हैं, जो कि है आइज, नोज, ईयर्स, टंग एंड स्किन. सेंस ऑर्गन्स हमारे बॉडी में बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करते हैं, क्योंकि वो हमें प्राइमरी नीड्स एक्वायर करने के लिए हेल्प करते हैं, और इवन सेकेंडरी नीड्स भी हम सेंस ऑर्गन्स की मदद से ही एक्वायर कर सकते हैं. प्राइमरी नीड्स यानी फूड, शेल्टर, वाटर और प्रोटेक्शन, दूसरे ऑर्गेनिज्म से प्रोटेक्ट करना अपनी बॉडी को, उस चीज़ को हम बोलेंगे प्रोटेक्शन अगेंस्ट द लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म और प्रोटेक्शन फ्रॉम द अदर लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म. तो तो ये हो गया प्राइमरी नीड्स। और सेकेंडरी नीड्स यानी कोई भी ऐसा काम, फॉर एग्जांपल बुक्स रीड करना है, तब भी हमारा सेंस ऑर्गन्स होना इम्पॉर्टेंट है। विदाउट सेंस ऑर्गन्स हम बुक्स भी रीड नहीं कर पाएंगे। तो ये वाले हो गया सेकेंडरी नीड्स। प्राइमरी नीड्स और सेकेंडरी नीड्स दोनों के लिए भी सेंस ऑर्गन्स बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करते हैं। और अभी बात करेंगे नीड ऑफ सेंस ऑर्गन्स। सेंस ऑर्गन्स क्यों ज़रूरी है? क्योंकि दूसरे ऑर्गेनिज्म से अपने बॉडी को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए और नेचर को भी अप्रिशिएट करने के लिए हमें सेंस ऑर्गन्स ही हेल्प करते हैं। अब बात करेंगे नर्वस सिस्टम और सेंसरी सिस्टम, यानी ये सारे चीज़ें जो भी है, प्राइमरी नीड्स है और सेकेंडरी नीड्स है, ये हम एक्वायर कर सकते हैं जब ये दो सिस्टम्स के बीच में कोऑर्डिनेशन होता है। नर्वस सिस्टम यानी ब्रेन और स्पाइनल कॉर्ड, सेंसरी सिस्टम यानी 5 सेंस ऑर्गन्स प्रेजेंट है हमारी बॉडी में, उसको हम बोलेंगे सेंसरी सिस्टम। ये दोनों के बीच में जब कोऑर्डिनेशन होता है तब भी हम एक रेस्पॉन्स दे सकेंगे कोई भी स्टिम्युलस की तरफ। स्टिम्युलस यानी कोई भी चेंज एनवायरनमेंट में या फिर हमारी बॉडी में होना, उस चेंज को हम बोलेंगे स्टिम्युलस, जिसकी वजह से हम कोई भी रेस्पॉन्स बताते हैं। तो यहाँ पर अब एग्जांपल लेंगे, अगर हम कोई भी एक हॉट ऑब्जेक्ट को टच करेंगे तो इमीडिएटली हम वो हॉट ऑब्जेक्ट पे से हमारा हाथ हटा लेंगे। तो यहाँ पर हॉट ऑब्जेक्ट हो गया स्टिम्युलस चेंज, जिसकी वजह से हम रेस्पॉन्स बता रहे हैं, यानी रिमूविंग हैंड हो गया रेस्पॉन्स। सेंस ऑर्गन्स का एक और इम्पॉर्टेंट फंक्शन ये है कि एक पर्टिकुलर स्टिमुलस के लिए डिफरेंट रिस्पॉन्सेज भी बताने के लिए हेल्प करता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, हॉट समर सीजन में जब हम बाहर निकलते हैं तब सेम अमाउंट ऑफ लाइट प्रेजेंट होती है, सनलाइट, और उस लाइट में जब हम बाहर जाते हैं तब इरिटेटेड हो जाते हैं, यानी बहुत ज़्यादा हॉट फील करते हैं। तो ये इरिटेट हो जाना, ये हो गया हमारा एक रेस्पॉन्स। वही लाइट में अगर विंटर सीजन में हम बाहर जाएंगे तो हम उसको वार्मथ ऑफ द सनलाइट को एंजॉय करेंगे। तो इस एग्जाम्पल से हमें ये मालूम हुआ है कि एक स्टिम्युलस के लिए डिफरेंट रेस्पॉन्सेज भी बताए जाते हैं सेंस ऑर्गन्स की मदद से। लेट अस डिस्कस अबाउट स्टिम्युलेशन टू सेंसेशन। So what is the meaning of sensation? Sensation is nothing but identifying the change or taking the stimulus and producing a response, evoking a response. That is called as sensation. So how the stimulus helps us to produce a response? So if you are walking on the road and on the road if a sharp stone is present, then your eye has seen that stone and this information is carried by the eyes to the brain and brain analyzes that information. Then the brain orders or it sends the message to the muscles of the leg not to stamp on that stone. So in this way we can protect ourselves with the help of our sense organs. Here the information or the change is nothing but stimulus. So here the stimuli is a sharp stone which is seen by our eyes. So eyes send that information to the brain, it analyzes the information, then gives an instruction to the muscles of the leg in order to show a response. So here the stimulus is a sharp stone and the response is removing leg and not allowing our leg to stamp on that sharp stone. That is a response. So in this way the stimulus helps us to evoke a response. So the sensation can be shown only because of the presence of sense organs. The sense organs helps us to identify the change and it helps us to evoke a response, and the stimulus helps us in producing a response. So this is about the stimulation to sensation. तो sensation यानी कोई भी चेंज एनवायरनमेंट का या फिर हमारी बॉडी का चेंज को हम स्टिम्युलस बोलेंगे, और वो स्टिम्युलस की वजह से कोई भी हम रेस्पॉन्स बताना है तो उस चीज़ को हम बोलेंगे सेंसेशन। इन सिंपल वर्ड्स वी कैन से रेस्पॉन्स टू स्टिम्युलस इज कॉल्ड एज सेंसेशन। अभी एक एग्जाम्पल लेंगे जिससे हमें पता लगेगा कि किस तरीके से स्टिम्युलस हेल्प करता है हमारी बॉडी को रेस्पॉन्स बताने के लिए। तो यहाँ पर स्टिम्युलस है शार्प स्टोन। रोड पर एक शार्प स्टोन पड़ा हुआ है और हमने वो शार्प स्टोन को देखा है हमारे आइज़ की मदद से। आइज़ क्या है? सेंस ऑर्गन से। और ये वाला सेंस ऑर्गन ये इंफॉर्मेशन को यानी शार्प स्टोन को आइडेंटिफाई किया है और वो इंफॉर्मेशन फिर नर्व्स के थ्रू ब्रेन में पहुंचाई जाएगी सेंस ऑर्गन्स के ज़रिए से। और जब इंफॉर्मेशन ब्रेन में जाएगी तो वो इंफॉर्मेशन एनालाइज की जाएगी ब्रेन की मदद से और फिर ब्रेन इंस्ट्रक्शंस देगा हमारे डिफरेंट बॉडी पार्ट्स को। और यहाँ पर ये मसल्स ऑफ लेग के मसल्स को इंस्ट्रक्ट करेगा कि वो शार्प स्टोन पर स्टैम्प ना करे लेग। तो इन दिस वे हम हमारे बॉडी को प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं सेंस ऑर्गन्स की मदद से। और यहाँ पर स्टिम्युलस हो गया हमारा शार्प स्टोन or removing leg or not stamping the leg on the sharp stone, ये हो गया हमारा response. So stimulus की वजह से ही response हम बता सकते हैं और response बताने के लिए changes को sense करने के लिए help करते हैं हमारे sense organs और brain. So this is about the stimulation to sensation. So let us discuss about the level of stimuli. Do all stimulus evokes a response? No, it depends upon the level of the stimulus. Sometimes the stimulus may not be sufficient to evoke a response. For example, if you are engaged in watching a TV or if you are engaged in reading a book and suddenly a mosquito comes and falls or sits on your hand, it causes some sensation, but you will not be able to recognize that change because your body and your nervous system is engaged in some other work. So the stimulus or the change will not be recognized by the nervous system. Even sometimes you find the food is tasteless. Even sometimes if your food is having less amount of the salt, of course your mother put the salt in that food, but the less amount of the salt is present, so you find the food tasteless. The food is without the salt you find. If the salt is present in a proper amount or in a higher quantity, then you can find the taste. In the same way, the stimulus should be in a proper level that can be noticed by the nervous system in order to show the response. So in this way, the level of the stimuli plays an important role in evoking a response. If the stimulus shown is not sufficient, then we cannot evoke a response. So the level of the stimulus plays an important role in evoking or in producing a response towards the particular or towards the different stimulus. So in some cases, if the stimulus is unchanged, then the unchanged stimulus cannot be recognized by our nervous system and it cannot show or it cannot evoke a response towards that particular unchanged stimulus. For example, if we have shifted our house and our house is beside or on the main road, and when we open our window, then we can hear the traffic sounds. The sounds of the bikes, autos, rickshaws and the people chattering. So these all sounds we can hear when we open our window. And on the first day, that evokes a response, that stimulus, the change evokes a response. That means we feel irritated, we show our irritation towards that sounds. Then after few days, the sounds of the road becomes a part of our daily routine. We will not show any response towards that stimulus. So that type of stimulus is called as unnoticeable stimulus. So the unchanged stimulus can become unnoticeable by our nervous system. We will not notice that stimulus and we will not evoke any response towards it. But when the stimulus is new, at that time we were showing the response. But when it is become unchanged and when it is become unnoticeable, then we cannot produce any response towards that stimulus. So certain stimulus will be unchanged and unnoticeable. The level of the stimulus also helps us to show the responses. For example, if we have some sweets and immediately after having the sweets, we have a cup of tea. So we will find that the tea is not having enough amount of sugar present in it, because the sugar which is present in the sweets is more when compared to the sugar present in the tea. So in the similar way, the higher amount of the stimulus or the higher level of the stimulus can evoke a response when compared to the low level of stimulus. At the same time, when we have a higher amount or higher level of stimulus is shown by our sense organ, and at the same time if low level of the stimulus is also sensed by our sense organ, then that low level of the stimulus cannot be noticed by the nervous system. Only the stimulus which is present in the higher level, that is noticed by the nervous system, and the nervous systems help us to show a response towards that particular stimulus. So in this way, the response depends upon the level of the stimulus also. So by this we understand that our body have different sensors and the different sense organs to know the stimulus, not only to detecting the stimulus but also to identify the level of the stimulus. Our sense organs plays a very important role and they helps us to identify or to detect the level of the stimulus and to evoke a response depending on that. So this is about the level of stimuli. तो अभी हम बात करेंगे लेवल ऑफ स्टिम्युलाई की. थोड़े से स्टिम्युलस सफिशिएंट नहीं होते हैं रेस्पॉन्स बताने के लिए. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हम कोई भी एक काम में एंगेज्ड है, यानी अगर हम कोई बुक रीडिंग करने में एंगेज्ड है, कोई और काम में मसरूफ़ है और सडनली मस्किटो हमारे हैंड पर आके हमारा ब्लड सक करने लगेगा, तब हमें थोड़ा सा सेंसेशन होगा, लेकिन वो वाला स्टिम्युलस, वो वाला सेंसेशन पास नहीं होगा हमारे ब्रेन की तरफ, क्योंकि हमारा नर्वस सिस्टम दूसरे वाले वर्क में एंगेज्ड है. तो इसके लिए थोड़े से ऐसे स्टिम्युलस होते हैं जो कि सफिशिएंट नहीं होते एक रेस्पॉन्स बताने के लिए, ठीक है. और थोड़े ऐसे स्टिम्युलस होते हैं जो कि अनचेंज्ड होते हैं. स्टिम्युलस अनचेंज होने की वजह से हम उसके हैबिचुएट हो जाते हैं और फिर वो वाले स्टिम्युलस के लिए रेस्पॉन्स बताना बंद कर देते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर हम कोई भी प्रिंटिंग प्रेस मशीन में काम करने के लिए गए तो फर्स्ट डे तो बहुत ज़्यादा इरिटेशन होगा वो सारे साउंड्स सुनकर, लेकिन थोड़े दिन के बाद में हमें वो साउंड सुनने की आदत हो जाएगी. वो वाला स्टिम्युलस हमारे डेली रूटीन का एक पार्ट बन जाएगा और फिर हम कुछ भी रेस्पॉन्स नहीं बताएंगे. लेकिन फर्स्ट डे हम थोड़ा सा इरिटेट हो जाएंगे, तो इरिटेशन जो भी बता रहे हैं हम वो वाला response होगा. लेकिन after the few days we will become a habituate to listen that sounds. The stimulus becomes a part of the daily routine and will not evoke any response towards that stimulus. तो थोड़े से ऐसे स्टिम्युलस होते हैं जो कि अनचेंज होते हैं और फिर वो अननोटिसेबल हो जाते हैं हमारे नर्वस सिस्टम, यानी नर्वस सिस्टम उसको नोटिस नहीं करेगा और ना ही कुछ उसके लिए रिस्पॉन्स बताने के लिए हमें ऑर्डर करेगा. स्टिम्युलस के लेवल के हिसाब से हम रिस्पॉन्स बताते हैं, यानी अगर स्टिम्युलस का लेवल हाई होता है, जो भी स्टिम्युलस का लेवल हाई होगा वो वाले स्टिम्युलस के लिए हम रेस्पॉन्स बताएंगे, लेकिन जो भी स्टिम्युलस का लेवल लो होगा उसके लिए कोई भी रेस्पॉन्स इवोक नहीं होगा हमारी बॉडी में. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हमें हमारे हैंड पर एक बिग वाउंड हो चुका है और दूसरे वाले हैंड पर छोटा सा स्कार है, तो स्कार का पेन हमें बिल्कुल भी फील नहीं होगा व्हेन कंपेयर टू द बिग वाउंड. तो इस तरीके से स्टिम्युलस का हायर लेवल जब भी होता है तो वो वाला स्टिम्युलस इवोक करता है, रेस्पॉन्स बताता है. लेकिन जो भी स्टिम्युलस का लेवल लो होता है तब उस सिचुएशन में, उस केस में हम रेस्पॉन्स कोई भी नहीं बताते हैं. तो इन दिस वे द रेस्पॉन्स डिपेंड्स अपॉन द लेवल ऑफ द स्टिम्युलस. Let us study about the different sense organs present in our body. As we have already studied in our previous classes that there are 5 sense organs present in the human body. They are eyes, nose, tongue, ears and skin. We all know about the functions of these sense organs. It helps us to see, it helps us to smell, and the tongue gives the taste of the food, and ears helps us to hear the sounds, and the skin helps us to feel. So this is a very basic thing that we have already studied in our lower classes. Now in this lesson we are going to study, or we will study about the structure, function and the mechanism of all these sense organs. The mechanism, how these sense organs senses the stimulus, how they can be able to receive the stimulus. So some special parts are present in all these sense organs, and that special parts or the cells are called as receptors. Receptors are present in all these 5 sense organs that helps sense organs to receive the stimulus. So in this way the receptors that are present in all the sense organs, it helps to receive the stimulus and to evoke a response towards that particular stimuli. So that's all for today. In the next class I'm going to explain you about each sense organ in detail. We will study about the structure and the functions of each sense organ. So meet you in next class. Thank you.